again. Let's do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are take two. I was just talking about Coco. Let's try to get back and try to explain everything that I just freaking explained. Maybe I'll try to get the videos to bump together. I've been feeling very detached lately, like detached from the whole thing. And it's not just streaming. It's work. It's my private life. It's everything. Like I don't even feel like I'm a part of anything anymore. And last night, was it last night? Might have been 2 nights ago. No, I think it was last night. Maybe it was 2 nights ago. It was whatever. I was invited to go to a graduation party, and that's really simple. I don't even know if I should bring the person up because they're leaving, and they're this. But a graduation party. For those of you who don't know what a graduation party is, here's a repeat of the lowdown. Hello Live with Coco was my first introduction of what's known as graduating, and the idea was that they were leaving. They were leaving the Hello Live and going on to different things. Hello Live owned their persona, owned the character, owned basically the rights to all their videos. So they had a huge graduation party, and they graduated, and it was really sad and emotional, and all this other stuff. They thanked everybody. And got a lot of views. I watched it. And I'm trying to think if it started after I started streaming or it happened before I started streaming. But it was in that whole thing. And I don't put it as graduating is like not a good thing in the streaming community. It might just be VTubers. But since then, so many people are like, because they're quitting, say they're quote unquote graduating, and it's like going, you're not really graduating. I understand you're leaving your persona behind and you're going on to other things, but it's not really graduating, is it? It might be. I don't know. The whole thing freaking drives me crazy. But what does that have to do with me and us and everything like that? Well, because I was invited, I actually was tempted to go. And I just could not bring myself to go. But one of the things that made me realize is because I just redid the Q circles. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I made Qs of people, and I had a whole Q circle, and I revamped it and replaced over 200 people with different people and everything like that. And I think I did this last year, so it's basically been a year since I've done this. And after the year of doing the revamping, because it's definitely been a year, because I was doing the naming. And the reason that the naming got held up is because I was revamping the circles. So I revamped the circles, and then I started the naming process again. And it took me like a year to do that. So, yes. So I revamped it in a year. In the year's time, there's now over 100 people on that list, of the brand new list, of the brand new circles, that I have zero contact with. We're not friends. We're not associated with each other in any way, shape, or form. Over 100. This is the new list, and I can imagine like what would happen if 2 years passed by. How many people would be left? And I know what you're probably thinking. There's 388 people. So does that mean that there's only 88 people that are the originals? And it's like, I don't even think there's that many that are the originals. Now, as far as being original cues, I do update people's cues. Models change, things like that change. I mean, like everything. But the thing is, like, because of all of this, I really don't even feel like connected anymore. I mean, it hurts my heart, but like, I'd rather have my heart hurt than feel connected than like nothing. I feel like I'm like pretending that it was different. That like, I was only in my fantasies. What we had. I know, I talked about me quitting. The truth is that I never actually quit streaming. Not even for a moment. The YouTube channel's been going on strong since the beginning. Since the first time I streamed with my first video, I'm doing this wrong, up until this video. YouTube has been a part of that all the way through. Twitch, on the other hand, I did quit. And yes, I'm back, and it was a complete and total fucking mess going back. But on Twitch, I'm definitely more connected. I have definitely way more people I'm connected to. There's definitely way more people watching my videos. It really is it really is like a complete night and day between here and YouTube. YouTube, it's like past week I lost a subscriber, and I was flipping out. I was like going, oh my god, I'm under 200. Just a subscriber. Then I was like thinking, they're probably a bot. And then it went back up to 200, and I'm like, they're probably a bot. But on Twitch, I'm well over 600 followers, and I'll get followers, and I definitely, there's more interaction with people when I live stream. It's one of the reasons why I feel like I should live stream always with Twitch. But I don't have any like love or I can't think of what it is. Loyalty, probably the closest thing to it. I don't have any loyalty to Twitch at all. It literally is just me connecting to friends, and that's it. And I did quit it. I had over 200 followers. There a whole mess of people. Christmas Day, I was suspended, and I was suspended for a week. So New Year's Day, I was reinstated, and when I got reinstated, the over 200 followers I had was down to, I think it was 75. People literally just like sinking ship. I know most people have like a resurgence every time they get suspended, and there's a whole big thing. Mine was kind of like without fanfare. Even the people that I trusted, that I was connected to, they were kind of a part of it. And yeah, the suspension was freaking awful. I might have like gone down to even less people. But whatever I was at, it was slowly building back up again. This is like the first. It wasn't even the 10th. I wasn't going to do a video. I went and saw other people, and I was just kind of like, this is where I'm at. And nobody really understood. I definitely felt like all alone. And as soon as I found out that somebody reported me on Christmas, I think they reported me Christmas Eve, because I was doing, I had 6 videos in a row. So I think they reported me Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day, that's when they acted. So Twitch gave them up. No, there was no. It wasn't like they kept it a secret or anything like that. They didn't. It wasn't like duck and cover and stuff like that. Many people are saying things about you. They were going through my videos, which they kept and deleted, just so everybody knows. Well, here's the thing about Twitch. They only keep videos for like a week. So if you post a live video, they only keep it for a week unless you save it. So it was a week. So I had no videos. But they supposedly went through them all with a fine-tooth comb. They couldn't find the offense that was reported. And they reinstated me without any, no apologies, no, we're we're sorry that this happened. No, here you are. You're an affiliate because you were supposed to be an affiliate on Christmas. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. Yeah. I didn't know. Later I found out that it was you throw an affiliate party when you become affiliate, not when you debut. Because I was going to have my debut the same day as here on YouTube, which is the 31st of January. And I was using the Q model. Is it tired? I was using the Q model, the yellow gremlin emoji model, while I was finishing up my real model, which was going to be a huge platypus. I was just not in the right frame of mind. I was not in anything. I was giving the streaming thing a year. This was not how I thought I was going to be celebrating my first year. I was going to just go back to just doing YouTube. I was going to give it another year because somewhere like midway where Twitch was concerned, I kind of I derailed myself and became all about doing Twitch videos and stuff like that, and less and less YouTube videos. In fact, the YouTube videos that I was doing was like mouse cams, mousepad cams, and different types of things. So yeah, not fun at all. And the reason I bring all this up, the reason I bring this up, is because it's all about how I've been feeling. And I mentioned my feeling of detachment. I've mentioned all this other stuff, but I really feel like every time somebody leaves, whether it's graduating or just basically quitting, I said people leave for financial reasons, people leave for health reasons, people leave for a lot of different reasons, and I feel like the connection that I have is just being severed. Yes, I'm getting more and more connections, but it's like every time somebody leaves like that, I feel like that time and the value, the stuff that I've learned from them, is just kind of like wasted. And yes, people have real reasons. Like I said, I quit for a real reason. I don't think that my return to Twitch is half-baked and freaking stupid, and does not answer any of the freaking problems that I have with Twitch, except that I will never get myself involved in something like that again. I will not do those types of controversy or this. I will not give in to the hate that was thrown at me. controversy does spark people. Controversy does, I always thought it was interesting because as soon as I learned about Iron Mouse's health problems, all of a sudden she freaking blew up. And I was like going, oh, I was thinking it was on her own merit without freaking being the health problems. But people have like actually told me that, no, it's because of her health issues. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about, but me blowing up. I would rather not. How's that sound? If it meant I had to change who I am and what I'm doing. Because my content's going to change. Content's going to be different. It's going to be, it's new. It's going to be, like this from the heart. And I don't want it to ever not be. I want everybody to know how important they are. And if there is a curtain, that people put up, hiding, what's going on in the background, I just open the curtain. I'm gonna expose it all. And like, for example, if Twitch, if I ever became partner, because it's not in their affiliate contract. If I ever became partner on Twitch, if the contract told me that I could not disclose, like I can't disclose, how things, the thing is that I wish somebody who is a partner would actually talk about what it means to be a partner for Twitch, instead of it being this like mystery. Is it basically just like affiliate plus? Do you have to give 50% of everything to Twitch? Do they offer sponsorships and commercial spots that you can put in your streams? Kind of like what YouTube does. People have, I don't know if I became monetized. I don't know if that would happen. But I see a lot of people, doing ads inside. It fucking pisses me off. Doing ads inside their video. And you know what? I gotta put up with the ads anyway. And now you're gonna freaking double down and freaking hit me with an ad as well. Fuck that. I don't watch those videos. People who do that, I don't watch their videos. I know that they're a money machine and that's how they make their money, but goddamn. I don't know how I can become more connected. I don't know how. I know. I think the first step is to acknowledge it, and that's what I'm doing. as always, cool beans in the comments below. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I really do. I'm going to learn more about this car. It's kind of interesting. But let's stay connected. And yeah, I hope you're going to have a really great day. Take care of yourself. Be well. All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.